Hi Pisces, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot readings from the heart. So this is your advice reading for the week commencing 26th of June 2017 up until the 2nd of July. And remember that you can get your oopsie daisy. Remember that you can get your July month ahead readings on the channel as well. I'll put them up as a link on these videos actually. Okay, so Universe Spirit, show me what is the advice that you have for Pisces for the week commencing 26th of June 2017 up until the 2nd of July. Sorry, I know that cards flick out and we did get the Hanged Man, but you know what? I always put it back in. I was taught put it back in because the universe is flipped out, so you can put it somewhere because it's reorganising the deck for you. So that's why I always take account of it, but I put it back in. Every read is different. Universe Spirit, what is the advice? What is the advice that you have for Pisces in the month of July 2017? Show me. Well, the Hierophant is your advice card. So the Hierophant could be that there's a Taurus individual around you. It could be something about inner wisdom, advice, because it is an advice card as well. It's when you're receiving advice from a good source. Somebody who's very wise and very logical and not just so much rational, but they come from a place of great faith. The Hierophant can also say pay attention to your own wisdom. What does your own intuition tell you? I feel with this Hierophant energy here. It can also tell you, I feel, to, you know, you're going to need to seek some form of advice maybe if you want to unlock the keys to an issue. Because you, as you can see with the Hierophant here, the Hierophant has keys at the bottom, and this is about unlocking the door to wisdom. So for some of you guys, it might be that you need to receive some advice or get some good advice from someone who can help you unlock a mystery or unlock a secret maybe with the Hierophant. It can also be to pay attention to those who are older and wiser and have, you know, more life experience, I feel, with the Hierophant. Let's have a look at what the reason for the Hierophant is. This can also be the card of a commitment, because of the Nine of Wands. Alright, so what's coming in soon? Whenever we get the Nine of Wands, I know something's coming in soon, because it means that something's nearing the end of a line. Alright, so this Nine of Wands often means, it says something's coming in soon. It could be a Queen of Wands. Alright, it might be a fire sign. So it might be some of you guys, Pisces, you might be looking at commitment next week. The advice card might be with the Hierophant. Well, Hierophants are about conventional stuff. So they're about traditions. Okay, they're upheld. It's about lineage, and it's about family traditions. Okay, this is also about commitment. All right, what's coming in soon could be a Queen of Wands. For some of you guys, it might be saying your advice is pay attention to what your intuition and your inner wisdom tells you, because what's coming in soon, you can see this person here is looking over at the Hierophant, so they're paying attention to their inner guidance system here, because what's coming in soon is a Queen of Wands. But I'm going to just see why this person's coming in. Why is the Queen of Wands coming in for Pisces over the next 7 days? Who is this Queen of Wands, or why is this Queen of Wands? What's the Queen of Wands about? Oopsie daisy. What is the Queen of Wands about? Show me. Queen of Swords. So this is when you get the Queen of Wands, this is somebody who is a doer. So she's always taking charge of a situation. She might be taking charge of a situation through clear, concise communication. So some of you guys next week, it might be what's coming in soon is somebody. If this is you guys, it says what's coming in soon is you guys needing to. You can also show us the Queen of Wands. You can show us anyone in the tarot. But what it will say, I feel, is the advice is really with this Hierophant to pay attention. I think this is more about your own. It could also be that there is, with the Hierophant, if it's not something that you need to be doing, Pisces, it might be that what you'll experience, the advice is the Hierophant. So this could be a strong, official system. Okay? So Hierophants will usually represent things like courts, for example. They will represent things like schools, churches, hospitals, health, education, all of that type of thing. So some of you guys might be experiencing something in that sphere with this Hierophant, and it could be saying, well, you're going to be experiencing this, especially if it's something to do with court or something like that. Even though we don't have justice, this can still be a court as well. Hierophants represent groups and leaders of flocks, all right? So when you get the Hierophant, this is the leader of a team or something like that. So it might be that what's coming in soon for you guys is the need to take charge through, when you get two queens together, often this is the main queen because she showed first, but this will show, well, who is this queen? And this Queen of Wands takes charge through mental clarity, through clear communication. So some of you guys soon, it might be that you're going to need to take charge of a situation through clear communication. And it could be that that's why the Hierophant is showing up here as your advice card. It might be that there is an official system, because Hierophants also represent official systems, alright? Something that's systematic, something that is outside of yourself. So for some of you guys, Pisces, it might be that what this Hierophant is saying is that over the next 7 days there might be some official business that's happening around you, and what you're going to need to do is you're very soon with this Nine of Wands, you're going to need to take charge through clear communication. So some of you guys next week, I think if you are facing, maybe it could be a panel of people. Hierophants can represent panels of people. It could represent a job opportunity, whatever it is. It might be what's coming in soon. You're going to need to take charge. You're going to need to up your game with this Queen of Wands through being clear and concise, communicating clearly and concisely. It could be also that you're going to need to pay attention to what your inner wisdom, or it could be the advice is get some good advice. So especially if you are going for an interview or anything like that, Pisces, for a new job, for example, get some really good advice, get some tutelage, because the Hierophant is also a card about being taught something. This is the teacher. The Hierophant is the teacher, and these are the followers. So these would be the students here. This can also represent a university or somebody who's teaching you something. So it might be get some good advice, because what's coming in soon with this Nine of Wands is that you guys are going to really need to kind of, you know, do something here with this Queen of Wands. You're going to need to take the lead, and you take the lead through clear communication. So some of you guys might be needing to get some further advice or tutelage on how you can kind of, you know, up your game in terms of how you communicate in a job situation, how you communicate in terms of a panel maybe, how you're communicating to others potentially. I think that the Queen of Wands is you. Also, it could be that your advice is with the Hierophant, pay attention to your own inner wisdom. What does your, if we look at the word conventionality, how were you brought up, for example, with the Hierophant? What were you taught growing up? Well, you need to pay attention to that, because it could be for some of you guys, what is coming in soon is a woman or a man, fire sign potentially, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be that they're quite cutting, or it could be that they are quite abrupt, or it could be that you've got some issues going on with a particular person like this, and really what you need to pay attention to is your own value system, because the Hierophant also represents a value system. It comes from a place that we were born, how we were raised as people, what we hold dear today in terms of, you know, what we religiously hold to be true to ourselves. So it can also be, I think, for next week, that you need to pay attention to what you truly believe in a situation here, because what could be coming in is an individual who, it might be that you have some form of an altercation with, or you've had some form of difficulty with. It might be that this queen could be quite cutting, alright, and she's very forceful maybe with her words, his or her words, alright, so you need to kind of just hold true to what you believe in. So I think there's 2 to 3 things you need to be aware of for advice for next week. Could be that there is a system, an official system around you. It might be that you need to not be on your guard, but I would say what's coming in is that you're going to need to take control with this Queen of Wands through the way that you speak and communicate about a situation. You also need to tell the truth, so take charge about what you're saying and stand in your truth here with these 2 cards. Could also be for some of you guys who have got job interviews, that type of thing. It might be your advice is get some really good advice on how you go into that and how you conduct it, because what's coming soon is you're going to need to really kind of show what your worth is with this Queen of Wands by the words that you speak and how you clearly communicate. The other thing to say is it might be that you need to pay attention to your own inner values with this Hierophant, how you've been brought up, how you've been raised, because what could be coming soon is an individual, could be a fire sign who is, you know, they're not kind of backwards in coming forwards with their words, okay, and it might be that you need to stand your ground on something here, okay, value wise. So that's your reading, that's your advice reading for the week commencing Monday, 26th of June 2017, for the next 7 days, and I'll see you guys on your triple cross readings for the month. Take care, Pisces. Bye bye.